Hello and welcome back to Doing Stuff with Average Joe. I know it's been a minute or two since I put stuff up. I just wanted to say this. Today we worked on our dryer door, our dryer front panel. Dryers, it's a GE dryer profile, something like that. I don't know. They're all about the same, I think, but it's about 20 years old. So we started getting a squeak when my wife would run the clothes in there and everything, and it finally got to the point where I was like, okay, something needs to be done with this thing. So I started looking stuff up and found there's these 4 little bearings on the inside that support the drum. They look like that. You have 2 white ones and 2 green ones. The green ones have like a different end back here, and that's what supports the drum. And when they go away, well, it destroys the top piece of the dryer, which you can find these videos all over YouTube on how to repair that. So I didn't figure you sitting through another one would be, kind of worth it. So you just look around. Easy Appliance Parts has got a video for it. I know Appliance Parts Select has videos for it as well. So you can look on those things. Well, while moving around down in there and pulling all these parts out and getting everything all cleaned up and everything, we also replaced the felt that goes around the bottom side of the panel as well. It helps keep the dust and lint and all out of everything. While we did all that, we noticed that there was a broken wire to the light, which we didn't even know was in there. The light, I had no idea it was in there. And there was a couple of times my wife said, well, the dryer's acting up, it won't run or anything, and I flipped the breaker on and I'll back off and fix the problem, or it would just fix itself. Turns out it's probably that wire grounding out. So I just put a Permaseal butt connector in there and tucked it back up underneath the new piece, because it was basically where the old piece was. The drum was probably rubbing on that wire and ran it through, which is why we're having the problems. Well, while else we were in there, I found that the dampening bands, there's 2 dampening bands that go around the dryer that you'll see when I do that part of it, that one of the screws came out. Well, here my son went underneath, and because our area is kind of cramped in there, and I'm too big to get up in there. So I had my son get up in there, and he found the screw, which is this little dooflocky right here. Oh, it'll focus in. Come on, focus. Focus. You need to be focused on this. Okay. Well, you can see on the end of it there, it's been rubbing. Can't see it too clearly because it won't focus for whatever the reason. It won't focus on the screw head. But you can tell by the discoloration that it had been rubbing on there. Well, this little baby is $5.26 on either one of those websites, partsselect.com or easyapplianceparts.com. It holds this washer, which is about the same price as the screw, if not maybe a little bit more. I can't remember, maybe a little bit less. But it's kind of a unique washer. So this is almost like you're stuck. If you don't find this, it's almost like you're stuck. You have to buy it from somebody, because you're not going to find this at Home Depot. You're not going to find it at Lowe's or any other kind of Ace Hardware home improvement store, because it's just, you might be able to go to an appliance shop maybe and find it. I don't know. I've never tried that. So the screw screws into, you can see the heavy duty threads on it. It screws into the plastic blade on the inside of the drum. Kind of helps hold it on, dual purpose. My fear is that it's ripped the threads and the plastic out of that drum blade, and this screw will no longer work. I've already kind of pushed it in the hole, and it didn't feel like it was catching anything. So my plan is I've got non-plastic necessarily. These are more sheet metal screws, but they've got the big, threads on them and a nice big head. I've got this one, and then I've got one that's a little bit wider, a little bit thicker, just in case. And then that same thickness, but a little bit shorter, in case I need a little bit shorter. And then I've got one that is a good bit longer even than the longer one, just because. And this one's actually, I don't even remember where that came from, but it's actually an Allen head that works on it. Well, all of them will fit through the hole, so that's not a big deal. We'll just have to find the right Allen key for that, Allen wrench. Yeah, they all fit through there. I'm just hoping that there's some plastic left, because I really don't want to have to order the blade and take this thing apart again for a third time, because I had to take it apart to make sure, all the parts were what parts I needed to fix it before we go spinning this, that, and the other. And it really needed to replace the lower half, but the lower half of that piece, if you watch, where they do that whole top bearing piece, and the whole lower half that's got the, where the duct work and everything goes through, and the blower's right there and everything that blows all the lint and everything out. That piece is like $239, and I'm just, it's cracked here and there, and it's not really attached the best anymore, and there's some parts missing from it, and I may regret it later, but I didn't buy it because I really don't want to spend that kind of money. Honestly, it's just, I don't want to spend that kind of money, and a lot of you probably don't either. I could spend that money on something else, but I did use, with my screws, I've got this handy dandy drill guide, so I did take my original screw here, and I put it through to make sure that these screws were just slightly bigger, or a decent bit bigger than the actual screw that went in there. So hopefully it'll bite and it'll fix the problem. We'll find out shortly. I'm going to finish my cigar. I got this from the cigar shop up the road, and well, I got 20 of them. Not a bad price either. $47, I think, for 20. They're called factory throwout number 99s. They smoke pretty good. It's not a bad everyday cigar. So I do have some obsidians that I keep in there for special occasions, and gradually I'll grow my cigar collection as well as things work out. And I did find a nice block of wood that I would like to turn into a butcher block for my wife, because she was wanting one. I might get my nephew to help me with that. So if you feel like commenting on this, let me know whether you want to see us work on that, because I don't know, I might just have him do it, because he's got all the tools and he kind of lives far away. But he's got all the tools, the table saws and the routers and the sanders and all that stuff, and I may just have him do it and finish it for my wife. So alright, well, the next time I turn this on, hopefully we'll be inside and checking to see which one of these screws is going to work, and I'll try not to mess it up and make it split. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm doing this on my phone, and I have no idea. Not that I'm old. I am kind of old, I guess, and got gray. But it's not that I don't know how to work it. I haven't ever really used my phone. The other videos, I had a camera, but we lost the charging cord for it, and that's one of the reasons why we haven't been doing too many videos. So, that and the fact that I haven't hunted in a long time. Might try this year if I can, maybe, I don't know. Alrighty then. I guess I will see you inside while I finish this. Be about I don't know, maybe another 30 or 40 minutes. My time to relax a little bit in between jobs. All right. Anyway, and did this so you could see. Here's the screw comparison. Again, that one's the original, and then these are the ones I'm going to try to replace it with. Just hopefully it'll work. And you know, like I say, the length of that top one up there is a good length. It matches almost perfectly. Matches almost perfectly, but it may need more length if the inside of that piece of plastic is broken. And that's why we have these. Alright, so I'll stop this and hopefully it'll splice in good. Alright, so here we are in the cramped laundry room. And you can see here, that's the band, the one that's still got the piece in it. Here's the one that's lost it, and you can see down there where it's rubbed the exterior wall of the dryer. See where it's torn this whatever it is here when the screw was coming out, and it did that as well. So we have to move the top out of the way here. Let me grab my flashlight. Sorry. You see the hole down there? We're going to try to put the screw in that hole and see if it works. So we're going to try the short one first, just because I want to go as short as possible. And as you can see, it goes all the way in. Now, if I can get it back out, I might have to go get a magnet. So that one's not going to work. So we'll try this one next. Oh, well, that one goes all the way in too. We might have to get a new blade to fix this. Try this thicker one. Nope. It's not going to do it, so we'll try this really long one and see what it does. It might work. We'll try it and see. It may not screw into the blade, but it's kind of tight on the hole. And I did have to get an Allen wrench for it, which we keep right here. It's a number 4 metric. And it's screwing in, so hey, it's getting tight too. But it's not actually not screwing in all the way. Doesn't feel like it's going to grab. I don't know what's going on in there. It feels like it's grabbing but then releasing. I may have to get something even thicker. Put this on. I don't know. Thought that one was going to work, but I guess not. I may just have to get something to just screw right in the sheet metal itself, because it's not pulling it all the way down. As you can see, it's still loose. So I guess I'll go outside and see if I can't find a thicker screw to put that in with. So let me pause this. Well, so upon a further investigation here, you see the down there, the plastic piece was just moved out of the way. So we're going to try to put it on with this original screw. And I'm not going to be able to do it with the phone in my hand, so let me pause it for a minute and try to get it right, get started. Okay, well, as it looks as though we may be able to screw it in to that plastic piece after all. It just moved. Look at that, nice and tight. Oh yeah. I saved myself like 20 bucks by finding the screw. So there you go. That's about it. And I don't know if this is showing me or not because I can't see, but this has been another episode of Doing Stuff with Average Joe. I'm going to go ahead and check this other screw here. Make sure it's tight. Tighten it down a little bit. And so there you go. I'm just going to run this drum around. Tighten all these screws back up and make sure they're all tight. And then give it a go. See if it'll work. Well, I'm very glad that I did that because there were several that were loose. And as you see, you just turn it, roll it by hand around. And you've got several of these screws. They don't all have those big washers on them, but I know my flashlight's still on. That's okay. See, snugged them all down. Apparently all the ones in the back were pretty loose for whatever reason. But there you go. So we're going to try it out and see how it works. Put the cover back on. Turn the power back on at the breaker because we did turn the power off on the breaker first. So let's try that out and see. Now the screws for the top are right there in the front when you open the dryer door. Right there. They're kind of a pain to get to when you have the walls really close, but I'll just use my screwdriver to put them up in there. Alright, so first things first, I want to check to see if the light works. And it does. Look at that. Light works. How about that? So here we go. We're going to try it and see. Listen at that. Nice and quiet. How about that? And that's what we wanted to hear. Hardly anything. Yeah, we didn't want to hear any squeaking. So there you go.
Thank you, Daddy.
You're welcome. If we finally got her done, I don't know what all that noise is unless it's just the clothes in there because all the stuff. So that's it. There you go. That's a GE Profile dryer, I think is what it is. Yeah. GE Profile. So, and like I say, it's about 20 years old. So we did it. You know, probably would have taken less time if I hadn't had to have my cigar this morning, but that's okay too. So there you go. That's it. That's our GE Profile dryer repair on the bands. We're not even worried about the other parts there because, like I say, you can find them anywhere. So there you go. If you like it, subscribe and like it and all that good googly moogly they say on YouTube. And there you go. And this is bad because I'm doing it with my phone. Have a great day.